What? I don't know where you've been, and I'm gonna be safe. I ain't out here trying to get this Rona, baby. And if I'm gonna be safe, I might as well be merched up. So you can buy most of this stuff in the links below if you want to. Be safe and look cool like me. Look like a darn new version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The TMNMCP Turtles, baby. Let's go. All right, look. The question is the iPhone 12 coming out too little too late? We have some information, obviously, about the leaks, the time it's going to come out, some guesstimates on pricing. And because it's been delayed, the real question that I have to ask is it too late? Is it coming out too late in this year? So they just pack in their bags and move on? I mean, strategically. Obviously, they're not going to do this. It's Apple. They're going to sell it regardless. Doesn't matter what I say. I'm just trying to help a brother out. Anyway, look. Is it too late for the iPhone 12? I'll tell you all about it right after this.
This is, you listening to Travis.
What up, players? Welcome back. And for all you new people, welcome. My name's Travis and I do tech videos every single week and have a blast doing them. If that sounds like fun to you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Anything I talk about will be in the description below. But for now, let's just get into the video. So we're past Samsung season. I've done a bunch of videos about Samsung phones. And if you want to watch any of those, I'll leave a link in the description and such. But we're in the Apple season. It's iPhone season. We're right around the corner from the release of the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro. And Apple's doing something this year which is kind of expanding upon something that they started a couple years ago, which I don't like. They have so many versions of this upcoming phone. Why do they gotta have so many? Why do they have 3 now, which is too many. Now they're gonna try to go with 4. It's ridiculous. But that's besides the point. The question is this iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro that are coming out in the next couple of months coming out too late in the year? Yes, you normally will find out about the Apple iPhone series of phones in September, but that's not happening this year. There's definitely going to be a delay. Not only did Jon Prosser talk about this many months ago, Apple actually confirmed it not that long ago. But we now have some dates from Jon Prosser talking about when not only the iPhones should ship, but when we'll get that really cool presentation. They did a good job at WWDC. Let's see if they do it again for the iPhones. According to Jon Prosser, the iPhone 12 event will happen sometime in October 12th, the week of October 12th, with pre-orders that same week and shipping the next week. But the iPhone 12 Pro is not at the same time. Currently, John's saying sometime in November is when we should expect to see that phone. And now, there's a lot of things going on here. First of all, that's never really been such a delay between the regular version and the Pro. It's usually out at the same time. Pro Series tends to sell out a little bit before the normal version as well. But this year's a little bit different. There are some things about the normal version of 12 which are different from last year's 12 or even the 10R. I don't even know if you can count the 10R. The 10R became the 11. And now the 12 is the 11 is more like the 10. And what I mean by that is the lower end version of these phones are actually going to have OLED displays. And this year, all the phones are going to have 5G. That's a huge deal. The first step into 5G for Apple. And to be honest, I'm almost surprised it's happening this year. This is one of those things they usually lag behind a couple of years on, but you know, they're only about half a year behind most Android phones. And really it doesn't matter because still a lot of places in at least America don't have really good 5G coverage. But normally people have their iPhones in October. I mean, typically end of September, some people will get their pre-orders and then people can walk into stores and try to get their iPhones in October. But from what we're hearing here, by the end of October, the pre-orders, people who actually want to go out and stand in line, well, I guess you can't stand in line anymore, can you? But the people who are going to order online are going to get theirs first. That pushes it back to November. And here's a very important thing about November, which makes this very critical that Apple nails this. Because if you are a manufacturer of anything, one thing you know is there's a date you must ship by. If you don't ship by this date, it's pretty much a wrap for the year. Like, you've missed out. You shouldn't even bother. You should just wait until next year. Well, I don't even know if you can wait till next year. Wait until people get their tax returns or something because you missed out. And that is Black Friday and Cyber Monday, November 27th. Let me tell you something. Now, that's the end of November, so apparently they should allegedly be able to beat that, but they absolutely have to. If for some reason they miss that, let me tell you, people are getting fired over at Apple, baby. if you are a manufacturer in this space, and I've worked for many corporations that rely on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where the vast majority of profits come in this holiday season, that's a big miss. I suspect all hands are on deck to make sure that the Pro is going to be ready and available before that date, because that's when everyone buys stuff. Now, the ironic thing about this is most iPhones don't really go on sale, at least not from Apple. However, some carriers will do buy one, get one deals, and for them, that's still a lot of iPhones. And while Apple makes a lot of money on sales per iPhone 12, they actually make a great deal of money from their services as well. Now, as far as the iPhone 12 itself, I'm just gonna leave that to my friend Greg. Greg did a video that really breaks down the different versions of the iPhone 12 with the different specifications and all the things that it's too boring for me to go over right now that you probably heard 18 million times before. If you haven't, I'll leave a link to Greg's video in the description below. Tell him I said hey. So I guess what I'm saying is, no less than the week before Black Friday, they need to be shipping these phones out, or it will absolutely be too late. Now, the weird thing about this is in general, if someone were to say, is there really too late of a time for an iPhone to sell? I would say no. I don't think that goes for every other phone in the industry, because Apple is in a very weird position where they are outperforming a lot of people, and they probably shouldn't be. I actually covered this a couple of weeks ago in a video. I'll make sure to leave a link for that in the description below and in the end card, because they have actually been able to take some Android users and convert them over to the iPhone, more so this year at a rate higher than ever before during a pandemic. This is crazy town. That's right, when people didn't even have a lot of money, they were leaving Android and getting over to Apple. This is a big deal, and I've talked about this before. Android manufacturers need to figure this out and stop the bleeding. That is no joke. Apple comes out with a low price phone, the iPhone SE, and people start jumping ship. And the iPhone 12 is gonna sell well. Last year and early this year, the iPhone 11 became one of the best selling phones, period, end of story. And an iPhone 12 at a decent price, bruh. As a reminder, the iPhone 11 was essentially a new version of the XR. It didn't have the top level display or anything like that. These phones will have 5G as well as OLED displays and a bunch of other Apple magic that they'll throw in there. These are gonna be more worth it than ever before. Now, the pricing, I'm unsure if I believe all these pricings. I've covered this thing before where they're talking about pricings. Listen, I don't know if the pricings that Jon Prosser shared are gonna be accurate, but there's some pretty aggressive ones. Interestingly, a lot of people wanna get the iPhone 12 5.4-inch display. To me, that just seems too small. Leave me a comment below. Is that the right size for you? For me, it's gonna have to be the 12 Pro Max or nothing at all. I don't want a 6.1-inch phone. I mean, the XR and the 11 were fine, I suppose, but they were never my main phone. And anything under 6.5 inches is never gonna be my main daily driver. It's just not gonna be a thing. But Apple seems to be bulletproof when it comes to these things. Regardless of when they release it, they're gonna sell a ton of them. And it's a little bit mind-numbing, because I feel like Apple should learn a lesson. And they're not gonna learn one. They keep selling stuff. Samsung this year definitely learned a lesson. And let me tell you something, it is gonna be painful. Financially, it's a painful lesson. Basically what I'm saying is, no, the iPhone 12 is not shipping too late. For most companies it is. It's the end of the year. You're really close to Black Friday. I guess the closer the better. But there's really no reason that Apple can't release a phone almost whenever they want to. They've proved that they can sell even more during a pandemic, something that no other manufacturer was able to do. They've gone against the grain of common sense. I don't know how they're able to do it time and time again. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, how Apple's doing it. How is this possible? It doesn't make sense. What I think we're gonna see is another great iteration of a previous phone. For the most part, if you own an iPhone 11 series, you're probably not gonna need to upgrade to this. I would even argue if you're in the 10 series, you probably don't need to upgrade to this either. But at the end of the day, it's not even about that. People love their iPhones. They're willing to give Apple their money because they trust them. They trust Apple, that when they put down their money, as much as it is, they're gonna get quality. And at the end of the day, That's how you win a customer. And much like we've heard a million times, it'll be the best iPhone ever. It's one of the lamest things you can say in a presentation. Of course, it's the best iPhone ever. We already know that. One thing we won't see is a brand new design. I mean, I hate to say this, but the design of the iPhone is kind of boring at this point. I really wish they would do something exciting with this. Obviously, the notch is going to be there because they needs to be there with the front-facing Face ID. It needs all of that technology there until they can do it under display. This is just another look of the same phone for the last several years. But some of you are excited for the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max and all the things. Tell me which one you're going to buy in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're going to get. Personally, I'm not really even looking forward to the iPhone 12 Pro. There's a new Android phone coming out that I am looking out for. I'm going to leave it right here, as a matter of fact, and some other videos right here. But I'll see you next time. Peace and love.